Okay, this is a video response to MarmiteMan4, something like that. I know the amazing atheist has already done a response to this, but he can't speak from a minority perspective, and I can't speak for all minorities, but I'm going to speak for myself right now, because I'm very angry with what this guy is saying. Okay, like, first of all, I don't know how many times people have to tell you the amazing atheist is not anti-white. First of all, he's a white guy, and he said that all white people aren't amazing, and not all black people are amazing, and that people should stop taking credit for things that they didn't do just because a member of their race, did it. Like, just because you have a certain skin tone doesn't make you special, essentially, or it doesn't make everybody in that group special. So, but then you're saying, like, what's wrong with having, like, pride in your race and respect for your race? There's nothing. There's nothing wrong with having pride in your race and having respect for your race. But the difference between having respect for your race and being a supremacist, you, sir, are a white supremacist, whether you like to admit it or not. It's not that people are anti-white, they're anti-racist. You don't have to be. When you say anti-racist means anti-white, immediately in my mind, you're making me equate white to racist. You don't have. White people aren't the only racists out there. If you ask me, everybody is a bit racist, but to different extent. Maybe not necessarily racist, but they have prejudices. And hopefully, as time goes on, they will decrease and become less severe. But right now, I want to get to the point of what's making me so angry. So you're sitting here and like, look at Africa. Now look at Europe. Now look at Africa. Now look at Europe. Now look at Africa. Now look at Europe. Buddy, you ripped that off the Old Spice guy right there. A black man. If you hate black people so much, don't watch black people, okay? Don't rip off black people, okay? Now that's something so simple, and yeah, I'm doing it to lighten up the situation, but you know where you got it from. Don't even try to act like you don't know where you got it from, okay? So, which adds to my point. All races have contributed something to society, okay? Positives and negatives. White men didn't do everything great in society. Yes, white people have contributed lots to society, but so have black people, so have Asians, so have Indians, so have everybody has contributed something. Okay, the Asians, aren't they known for calligraphy? We have the Africans, we have the hieroglyphs, we have Cubism, we have different types of art that came from Africa. A lot of music is inspired from Africa. Uh, a lot of medicines have been taken from Asia. Okay? The white man didn't do everything. And for you to say, look at Africa and look at Europe, okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we look at Europe and look at what Europe has done to Africa? Okay? Why don't we look at Europe and look at what Europe has done to Asia? Why don't we look at Europe and look at what is done to the natives in Canada? Okay? Why don't we do that? Okay? Yeah, you can sit there and judge the current state of all all these continents and countries. Okay? You can do that. But you have to see what role you played in it. Yeah, and first of all, the way you're speaking, the the way you're speaking about Africa, you're speaking as if the whole continent is poverty stricken, which is not true. Okay? It really isn't. There's parts about Africa that are developing and on the rise. It's not like it's just like flat Sahara deserts and people running with spears, living amongst animals. It's not like that. Okay, we have cars, we have schools, we do have, like, what the media presents to you as Africa isn't necessarily the Africa if you go there. Okay, and unfortunately, yeah, slavery is ended. Yeah, colonialism has ended, but that's not true. Okay, there's still white people that have camps in Africa, owning a majority. of it's so complex. Even if you look at North America, you can still say that this is modern day colonialism. Okay? So for you to say things like this, like, oh, we did this to ourselves, and we're just living in a mess we created ourselves, that that just enrages me. Take accountability for what you did. If you're going to start passing judgment, take accountability for what you did and what you contributed to this. Okay? And I know you're a child because no grown adult is going to sit there and be that stupid and that naive. Just utter the words that came out of your mouth. Oh, let's put all the white people there and they're going to become prosperous? Well, probably because they've been exploiting the resources there for centuries, just like they have in North America. They've been exploiting the people and the resources. So don't give me that nonsense. Okay? There's lots. Just because I have more melanin than you, or melanocytes, doesn't mean that I'm stupider than you. Okay? A lot of black people do go to some prestigious schools as well. We are your peers in certain fields as well. So I don't know. I don't know where you're getting all of this from. And you sit here talking about, oh, amazing atheists, you're halting progress. You don't want unity. You're gonna sit there and believe all the government propaganda. Well, what are you spewing right now? You're spewing some propaganda that somebody has told you. Okay? And yeah, I know I'm saying that a lot. But right now I'm really angry. I'm really angry. Like I just can't believe this. And the fact that you said all that stuff in the beginning and then you have the nerve to utter unity and peace out of your mouth. How can you have unity or peace if you don't respect the people you want to unite with? Or are you just planning to unite with more white people? But you've already embraced the white race, so I really don't understand where you're going with this. I really don't. This just I I don't get this. That's the thing. I do not get white supremacists. I really don't. I don't get anyone who believes their race is better than another race. It doesn't make sense. Because at the end of the day, if you were dying of organ failure, would you think twice? Are you going to say, no, I'm not going to accept that because it comes from a nigger? No, I'm not going to accept that because it comes from a chink. No, I'm not going to accept that because it comes from a spick. Are you really going to say that? Are you really going to say that when you're sitting on your deathbed? Yeah, I have more melanin than you. I do. But at the end of the day, if I have the same blood type, if I have the same blood type, don't they always say blood is thicker than water? Yeah, you might be sitting there with your brother, your blonde-haired, blue-eyed brother. If he, what if he's not the same blood type? Then what? Okay? You're talking about something that's just on the exterior. And you know what? There's a lot of biracials out there. Oh, just because just because somebody looks black to you doesn't mean they don't share the same heritage and culture that you do. Their ancestors may have came from the same place that your ancestors came from. There's a lot of black people in the United States with a white background. But of course, that side has completely disowned them. So that's the thing I don't understand. Oh, I want to preserve my heritage, preserve my culture. Well, yeah, the white race is never going to die out because you know what? Everybody's been mixing. Over the centuries, people have been mixing. So, and what is the white heritage? What is the white culture? Yeah, I'm black. I'm black, but am I African American? Do I share the same culture with them? Not necessarily. My parents are African, but even then, Africa's a continent. There's a whole bunch of different cultures and ethnicities there. So what is the white culture, the white heritage that you have to preserve? Because really there are so many. That's what I don't get it. That's what I don't get. How many times were the English fighting the French? Why do you have to lump everybody into groups, categories? Oh, I hate you because you're black. I hate you because you're French, but at least you're not black. I don't get your logic. Please tell me, white supremacist. Please tell me, because I want to understand. I really do. Because this, I don't know, anyone with sense, it's not, forget about anti-racist or anti-white. This whole movement, as somebody said before, it's anti-stupid, bigoted people like yourself, okay? And I feel sorry for you because I believe racism is something that's learned. So I feel sorry for you because somebody taught you that. You need to meet new people and expand and learn from people instead of passing judgment. Look at Europe over there. Fuck that shit, okay?